Thank you for joining me today. We're going to tie a Hare and copper, a very popular New Zealand fly, but using some synthetic material called iStub from Hareline products, something new that we've had in store for a little while that's very popular. We're going to tie it on a TMK 3769 hook, size 10, but it also works well on size 12 and 14 or possibly even 16 in some of these smaller rivers. Right, on the hook I've got here is a 3.8mm tungsten bead, slotted, which means it's actually slightly heavier than a standard tungsten bead. We'll start the thread just behind the bead and run it down to the shank, to the end. I'm going to tie a little bit of pheasant for the tail. About 3 or 4 turns, and if it's too long you just pull it in. Just like that. Run the thread down to the shank. And then trim it off. Then while we're up that end, we're going to tie in our copper wire and run that down to the tail. This is 6x0 thread I'm using here, uni thread. Nice and tough for this sort of fly, not too coarse. Right, I keep my lead on a bobbin, and this is 030 lead. Just about the right size for a size 10 hook. Run that down. I have a bit of a ramp at the beginning there, so for tying in the, for dubbing in material. Right. Then we're going to tie over the lead. And we're going to form a little ramp at the back. And we'll cover that with a bit of head cement. Too much. Use our needle just to distribute it around the lead. Very good. Okay. Now I'm going to apply my dubbing using a little bit of wax. Just a skinny little noodle is what we need. Not too thick. Just about 2 inches of dubbing is probably all we need. Alright, I'm going to run that forward. Then we're going to follow with the copper wire. Around 5 turns should do it for us. Nice and firm, because we're going to use a dubbing needle to prise out the fibres. So if the copper wire is a little bit loose, then the copper wire will move. Tie it off. Chop it off. Some courses. Right. Just for the sake of durability, I'll put a little bit more head cement in there. Then I'm going to tie it off using the whip finisher. Trim it. Then we're going to apply a little bit of orange Danville's thread just to form a little hot spot. You don't want it too wide. Just a little. That's about right, that's plenty. Tie it off. And that's us. What they do now is tease out the fibres. You can use a little needle, you can use a dubbing needle if you like. I use a dubbing needle sometimes just to pull it out, or I've also got a little brush here as well. That works quite well. Just to tease the fibres out a little bit, don't need to get too carried away. There we go. A little Hare and copper with a hot spot using those synthetic fibres from Hareline. Excellent. Thanks very much.